Flag again on White Ave, and we're doing a collaboration together.
Yeah.
Because why not? That's fun.
Spread the message and see what people think, and yeah.
Yeah, hopefully change some people's minds and convince some people of the benefits of Alberta independence. But if not, then we can make this video somewhat entertaining for you.
Yep. All right, let's check it out.
So, fact that a lot of people here aren't going to be too favorable to Alberta independence. But the last time I was here, it was pretty sketchy. I don't know, you saw that whole video, eh?
Yeah, I seen it. I was actually surprised because I've come out here, me and my wife and I did something similar, and we actually were going up and down White asking people questions.
Yeah.
And it was just simple questions that we were all asking.
Yeah.
And it was receptive. It was pretty receptive. So
really?
Yeah. I was weird. Maybe it was because I was with my wife.
Right.
So
I think that might have something to do with it, right? Because I'm a big kind of, guy, and you're a big guy, and people don't like big guys, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, they might feel intimidated by us or something, maybe. I don't know.
Makes it a little softer. I want to see if I can find somebody who'll say something polite to someone who they disagree with, right?
Yeah.
So, last time I was here, it was a little bit hostile. So I'm a little bit nervous to be out here.
Where were you live? Were you over there last time or here?
Yeah, I was down that way. I don't think I made it as far as... Oh, maybe I did make it this far. It was like minus 20 when I was out here, or like minus 25.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so...
we got to give it to you, man. Just roughing it.
Well, I'm of the opinion that we need to all be doing everything we possibly can.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I make these videos is because I want to inspire other people to just get out and do something.
Down that one.
Okay. I want to inspire the people to just get out and do something to show your support for independence, because there's a lot of us who support this. We need to start showing our numbers. Hey!
Right on.
There we go. I think you gave us a thumbs up.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, you did. It's awesome. Even if you've seen those Alberta Sovereignty Now banners that I've seen up. So there's a guy that was down the street from me. I mean, he had his up on his balcony. I was like, oh, look at that. Somebody locally, because I live right in this area is mostly NDP, but people are starting to wake up, I think. That's my own opinion.
Well, and here's the thing is, this isn't a left or right cause.
No, it's for all of us.
I was doing the math this morning. I was looking at, if you make $65,000 a year, I plugged it into Revenue Canada's little payroll deduction calculator. You're going to pay about $7,000 in federal taxes, okay? And so now imagine you didn't have to pay $7,000. I picked $65,000 because that's the average income in Alberta.
Yeah.
And so, what would you do with that much extra money? And do you honestly think that you get that much value from the federal government? And so I suppose you could argue back and say, no, we don't get that value, or we do. But the military, okay, what else? We get border services.
But
do we get border services? Everybody seems to be able to just walk right in here.
I think we're not getting what we're paying for at all. I mean, there was a time that I think when our grandparents and our parents were first getting their homes, back in the 70s and 80s, it was worth it.
Yeah.
But now it's become this, they just give our money away. There's no money going back into our infrastructure, which is all of us. That's included in this, right?
Right.
So at the end of the day, you're right. You have to run it through the numbers, and the numbers. I mean, there's some countries where they're highly taxed,
right?
But they're getting what they want for it: free education, their infrastructure's updated, people are happy, and they're paying for it. So, I don't know.
Well, and that's the big debate: is do we actually get our value? I don't think we do. I think that they have so many wasteful spending projects, and I look at all the waste and the ethics scandals too, right? Trudeau,
conflict of interest all the time.
Yeah, so what would you do with an extra $7,000 off your paycheck that you could just save, right? That would be so beneficial.
See, this is a good spot.
Hey, we're doing a social experiment. Can we ask you a question?
No? You guys don't want to?
Hey, can I ask you a question? Hey, we're doing a social experiment. Can I ask you a question? Maybe I'm already known here because people watch YouTube. My last video got 20,000 views when I was like right here at this corner.
Oh yeah, eh?
And this is where the lady like reached out and swatted my hand. And so maybe these guys have all seen it and they realize, hey, you can't do stupid stuff in front of the camera.
That guy again.
And you know, to be fair, like I'm not trying to get people to do stupid things in front of the camera. I deliberately am trying to be polite because I want them to like give me your best reason. Why should we stay here? You know?
Exactly. That's what I ask. Like I do a lot of clips on my Facebook, and I ask the same thing. Like especially recently.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so just give me one reason. Why are we holding on to the federal government? What do they have? What have they done good for us at all in the last 20 years?
Right.
Let alone the last 10.
Yeah.
So you can't really name off anything when it's not helping anybody.
Well, okay, now that's a good challenge actually, and I'll take that challenge up. Okay, because I think in order to be like, you know, logical and like intellectually honest, you got to be able to argue the other side. So what is the government, what was your question? Your question
What has the government done for you in the last 20 years to keep going as a full Canada?
Okay, so like there's so much to be negative about. I'm going to try to say something nice about Canada. That's like hopeful and optimistic. Man,
Other than the people are great, our country's beautiful. I mean, it's great that we can travel anywhere we want, coast to coast, and enjoy the beauty of our awesome country. But at the end of the day, we have provinces that are, you know, and when the provinces are not managed by the federal system, at some point we got to say enough is enough. So I just ask, like, what have they done good for us?
Right. Hey, we're doing a social experiment. Can we ask you a question? You know, I think I get better responses when I'm by myself. Maybe
maybe they're like, there's two of them. We don't want to come near them.
There's two of them. You know.
You came back with reinforcements, buddy.
Yeah, I really try. I was trying to think. It's something I love about Canada. You know what? I'll say something. I think I like the fact that we're bilingual. I don't know how many enemies did I just make, but I like reading the cereal box and learning French. Like, hey, why not?
That. I went to French school all my life. I speak French fluently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I speak Spanish, like, conversationally.
Really? Yeah?
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Puedo hablar español.
Moi, je parle français.
Es más fácil para los franceses a hablar español. Right? It's similar.
Yeah.
So I like that, you know, and honestly, I don't think that that's something we should force on anybody, but it's kind of like my ancestry. My mom was French, and
yeah, I mean, well, Canada's traditions and our roots are based on French and English.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are other cultures too that also contributed to that too. So,
right.
I think that if we were to include a third language, it would be a language of all nations for the First Nations people, because there's like dialects that are different, but the language is almost the same.
So, okay, that's interesting. Like, is there a majority language that's like indigenous? Because
I would say Cree and Ojibwe and Dene. But mostly Cree and Ojibwe across Canada is well known.
Okay.
And then for Métis, it's Michif, right? So I speak Michif.
Oh, wow.
I speak Métis as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you are Métis. I read that in your bio.
Yeah.
I'd like to pick your brain more about that too. Lots of interesting topics. Hey, we're doing a social experiment. Can I ask you a few questions?
No, thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
Should have kept on walking there. Keep on moving.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Okay, well, so there's a lot of discussion about the treaties and stuff like that. What's your take on all that?
Well, I mean,
because it doesn't affect Métis people, right? Like you're not. Is that correct?
No,
like
not necessarily. No, we don't. Like, I mean, we have settlements that, you know, but other than a treaty, it's First Nations. And even like talking to my friends and family that are First Nations, and I lived on reserve before.
Right.
When we're sitting at the supper table, we're always talking about how we want to leave the Crown.
Really? Yeah.
Right? So we have the opportunity right now, and the deal could be where our territorial reservations become their own nations within a nation.
Yeah.
And we have a better agreement with Alberta, and I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
I think we need to end the treaty payments and all
That's going to be hard to end the treaty payments.
It'll be a hard thing, but if we look at Ontario, they're paying out Robinson-Huron Treaty, the Superior Treaty. This is hundreds of millions of dollars that have been just handed to everybody. So at some point, we have to make an agreement where we can be partnership in land and resource management.
Right.
But the federal government, there's no point. It's we've been talking about this for a long time, and we always say, well, look what they've done to us. Look what they've done to us, right? So on one hand, you got corrupt chiefs who keep taking the money, and they'll argue and say we want to be part of. I don't know. I don't. It's just for me, it's kind of a lunacy in a sense, right? Like.
Right. So I've heard this a lot that the chiefs are corrupt. I can't say yes or no to that because it's just I hear what people say. How do we know that they're corrupt?
You look at some of the reserves. There's already controversy in the media where chiefs have, they've been handed like over $100 million in grants to help their reserves, like say for water treatment, for instance.
Right.
Money, the water treatment doesn't get built. Money is like misallocated, and then when there's accountability, they're like, oh, I don't know where the money went.
Right.
And then you have some of them where it's just flat out corruption. There's a lot of it. You have reservations where organized crime. These kids are coming in from Toronto, and there's a lot of that going on. But do you see the chiefs doing anything about it?
Right.
Right. But the people are left at the end of the day. They're dealing with it. So there's a lot of. It's been going on for a long time, right? A long time.
I got to take your word for it because I don't know, but I can share my experience. I worked on two reserves, Wabasca and Maskwacis, and I saw the poverty there, and my thought is, okay, the worst case scenario is things stay the way they are, right?
Yeah.
That Alberta just takes over the treaties, or the treaties just stay with Quebec or Canada, and okay, that's the worst. The best is like we actually fix things.
Yeah.
Right, and so. That's kind of what I wanted to explore more is like what can we actually fix? And then it's interesting that you said like cancel the payments. My God, that would be there'd be so much pushback if that was ever a position.
I think there's concessions that can be made to accommodate that. So this way here, because on one hand you have us saying, well, we want a voice.
Yeah.
And we don't have a voice in Parliament or any legislative assembly, nothing. You don't see our reps there.
Right.
So at some point you say, well, why is that? But then the government keeps saying, well, we keep giving you money. Well, then why don't we just make an arrangement, make concessions, give us a full sovereignty on our nations,
right,
and then allow us to have a voice in land and resource development. It's a simple fix.
Okay, that was my thought is like, okay, Indigenous people, you got a chunk of land. Why don't we make that like an actual sovereign territory?
Yeah.
Of course, some sort of like agreement where it's like you're part of like a federation, with Alberta, but then you still have sovereignty in your own little area.
It's like a Republic of Nations, right?
Uh-oh, they're coming for you.
Wow.
That to me sounds like the best option if it was me, but I can't speak for Indigenous people, and I would never presume to, but it's like, what's wrong with that idea, No,
there's nothing wrong with it. I think, too, that another thing is this, right? So the people of today, how I look at it is this. The people of today are paying for crimes of the past. It's like saying, okay, do I continuously pay for a house that I paid for?
Right,
in a sense. So at some point we got to stop. We got to stop blaming each other. We got to move forward. There's some countries who have done this, where they've, they compensated what they've done. They move forward, and you look at the countries now; they're flourishing.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think we could do better and make better deals, but at the same time, still keep some part of the treaties where we're caretakers.
Yeah.
That never changes. We're allowed to harvest our resources when we want to. And I don't see a problem with that because, first of all, my people don't take care of infrastructure. We're not collecting taxes. We're not doing any of that. So that's where I say, as a Métis individual, you got to draw the line and just be common sense. Like, that's it. I mean, I don't want someone else paying my bills. I mean, I'd love to, but I mean, it's not right.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the truth. Like, if you give a large sum of money to anybody, it's going to actually wreck them. Like, if they don't know how to manage money. And so, just like paying out money, that seems to actually make it worse. But, you know, an idea where it's like, okay, here's your land that you already have, and the federal government has been holding it in trust. It's not actually legally yours. Let's make it legally yours, and you have all the control and sovereignty. But, like, let's just agree on a basic agreement of, like, how we're going to function together, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
I mean, we've coexisted for this long, and I think as moving forward as a modern society, we got to adapt to modern decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, actually, I read Treaty 7 yesterday, and it's like, it's so obviously written 150 years ago. It's racist, and it's like, you know, here's some cows and here's some small little tokens of money, and we get all the land. And I was also looking at historical facts about it. The Treaty 6 especially was written during a really bad famine.
Yeah.
When, like, the indigenous people were, like, starving to death.
Yeah. It was under duress.
It's definitely under duress. Like, nobody in their modern era would look at that and say, okay, this contract was signed.
We'll go to the next one and cross, I guess.
You know,
and come back that way.
Like, in order for a contract to be valid, it has to be, you know, voluntarily entered into.
And there's also the fact that on some of these treaties, you know, the signatures were falsified. Nobody knows for sure if all the chiefs signed it. There's a lot of talk of that. There's been reported, you know, through family history and oral history that's been brought down saying that, hey, our chief never signed that, but the X is on the mark, right?
Hey, we're doing a social experiment. Can I ask somebody some questions?
You guys want to answer a question that we might have about...
Any questions?
Well, we're talking about Alberta independence, and I wonder if you support it.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Right on.
Oh, you do, actually. Okay, awesome.
What about you guys? You guys support it?
You support it?
I don't know.
Well, yeah?
No?
I guess.
Okay.
It's like, we kind of need a country.
Okay, can I come a little bit closer with my camera? My microphone only comes so close. What? Okay, I respect that, if you don't want to talk on the camera. Hey, why do you support it? Can I ask that?
Well, I just grew up in Alberta my entire life, and I do believe that Alberta can get by without the rest of Canada.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. Some people say that we can't, that all our federal dollars are being so usefully spent that we'd have to replace it all and we couldn't do it on our own.
That's one person's opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you signed the petition yet?
I didn't know there was one.
Oh, really? Okay, so there's a petition right now to have a vote on Alberta independence. Check it out at statefreealberta.com. You can find a location to sign. But I see it on the bus, so hey, thank you so much. Oh, that's not yours? Okay. Okay.
I got it. Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Well, that is pretty awesome. Okay, have a good day. Take care. So, there's an opportunity to sign signatures. One person she supported it,
Yeah.
but she wasn't aware of the petition, which is interesting. And then the other two, they said yes and then no, and they kind of flip-flopped.
And well, she said that we needed a country.
Right.
So maybe with the kids that are young and
They were kind of young.
and then maybe if they are they're not confused but just misinformed.
Yeah.
We could educate them on, well, maybe it'd be better off if we had a newborn country for the right purpose, right?
Yeah. And also, I'm really conscious about shoving the camera in people's faces.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed that. Like, I'm a big guy, and it's kind of scary. Most people aren't comfortable talking on cameras, so kind of give them a little bit of slack there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They haven't decided or not, or haven't ever thought about it, which is interesting, right? Like, this to us is the biggest issue of our lifetimes.
Oh yeah, man. For
And,
sure it
most
is.
People haven't even heard of it.
I have my own reasons, right?
Hey, we're doing a social experiment. Can I ask you a few questions?
No, sorry.
Okay, have a good day. I want to try to start getting more people, and it's kind of hard because I try to get a thought through, and then a group walked by, and it's like...
It's good. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll cross here, or maybe not, yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, there's sometimes I come down white and like we'll just, even in like 2, 3 in the morning sometimes I come down here. Yeah, I just don't record it.
Right.
Just out of respect, right? But
What happens at 2, 3 in the morning here?
oh, sometimes it gets pretty crazy, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what, you know. I always say this, always in the cycle of the full moon. Because it always seems whenever we have a full moon, things get crazy on White Ave. So yeah.
Okay, well, I remember coming here when I was like 20, and this was like the bar scene. But I don't remember it being all woke and like left wing. Has it always been that way, or?
You know what? A long time ago, no, it was more conservative, like-minded people.
Okay.
And then, I mean, it's just different now. Like, a lot of businesses shut down. And I mean, even the theater. So now what they try to replace it is with like art and stuff like that. But that also brings, you know, an ideology. So I don't get into that.
Right.
So I try to be neutral. But at the same time, I mean, you look at it, it has changed the dynamic of our community. I could show you a place around the corner.
Sure, show me.
Where they wiped out an entire neighborhood to put those infills up. Like, I'm serious. Like, that's how the dynamic's changing down here. Because
Like
of the
infills is like high density residential.
So these infills, what they do is they take single family homes and tear them down.
Yeah.
And then they replace them with apartment buildings, basically. So they'll eradicate entire neighborhoods that have been, you know, that built our neighborhood.
Yeah.
That is a sense of community for Canadians, right? Albertans too. And they just wipe them out. So these things here used to be single family homes. All single family homes with nice yards and garages and gardens and stuff, and they tear them down, they put these things up, right? Yeah. And this is going on all over Edmonton.
Well, those buildings look kind of old.
Yeah, this one's pretty new.
That black one.
The black one and this one's brand new. It was just finished there this year. You can see the top, they still haven't capped it yet.
Oh, that's all brand new?
Yeah, and it's all like toothpicks.
Yeah, it looks kind of crappy.
Yeah, it's all toothpicks and presswood, basically. And it's happening everywhere. So like I talk to a lot of community members around here because like I do have intent to run for office when the time comes.
Okay, give us your spiel, Mr. City Councilor.
Well, no, maybe more for mayor. That's I'm going for the big one.
All right.
But like I told people, I'm here trying to, you know, get involved with folks and engage over the next 18 months to prove to people that I'm capable of doing the job.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of how politics works.
Have you run for anything before?
Yeah, in Ontario, I ran for MPP, which is equivalent to an MLA.
Oh, wow.
I did that under Ontario Party with Derek Sloan.
Yeah.
And I didn't even try. I just wanted to see how it worked.
Huh.
And even without even putting a sign out or not even trying, I still got 2% of the vote. Just because of my name.
You might have got some of the protest vote too.
Yeah, I got a lot of the protest votes, what it was.
There's always a protest vote.
That's exactly where I got it from. But I mean, I was going to put my name against Sohi and that, and then I said, you know what, this time here I'm going to sit back, learn a bit about what's going on with the policies in Edmonton, speak to the people, talk to the businesses, and that's what I'm doing. And so far it's, you know, and plus I come from a different type of people, right? Where I'm not a grassroots politician. I'm an everyday guy that cares about his community. But at the same time, I'm also street smart and political smart. Right. So we need people like that. We need smart people to run office.
Oh, I mean, I agree.
I want to clean up Edmonton.
So, like, here's my thought on this, though, because when we talk about independence, we're actually talking about throwing off the entire government, all the layers, like provincial, municipal.
And think about if we get our own guys in positions right now, and then transition when we have our guys in.
Yeah. Oh, it's an interesting thought because the people who are kind of starting to rise up in this movement, it's not me, by the way, guys, I'm not implying this, but the people who are starting to rise up and show their faces, they're probably going to be the leaders who emerge in the movement.
Yeah, no, it's true. We need fresh faces, right? Like we do. And you know, my thing is this, like when we talk about independence, how I look at it is this: it's either you're going to be somebody who's pivoted his 2 feet or her 2 feet on the ground to fight for independence, you can't support federalists or federalism. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, we have federalist friends that are like-minded like us,
Right.
but they're going to always vote for the crown, and we're trying to get away from that. So
Right.
there's no time for that,
No.
right? So my thing is, I completely don't want to vote for a federal system. Like you said, if we're going to transition to an independent state, all layers. Right on.
Hey,
403!
can I ask you a few
7-0.
questions?
Right?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Right.
Hey, do you support Alberta independence?
403 right here!
Right on.
Southern Alberta! 403! Alberta!
Right on, man.
5. Anything else?
All right.
Nope.
Well, do you support Alberta independence?
Fucking right! My name is Peter Belford.
Awesome, brother.
Why do you support Alberta independence?
Because I'm from here, I'm not black.
Okay.
Do I look black?
I don't know. All right. Have a good day. God bless you.
You should be asking me more, man. You guys don't ask. You don't ask enough, man. You guys are fucking retards.
All right. Have a good day.
Die, you little fucker.
I try to give everybody a fair shakedown.
Yeah.
You know, I thought maybe there'd be something that would come out of that. I think he's a little bit drunk, probably.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You know, I was kind of optimistic there for a second that maybe he'd start saying something smart, but you know, God bless ya. I don't know. I don't want to, you know, get content that's just taking advantage of vulnerable people.
No, that's where we're at right now, and that's another reason why, like,
Yeah.
think about if we had a new vision for Alberta,
Right.
where here's an example. We have unused real estate all over Alberta,
Okay.
and we're sitting here trying to figure out how we're going to solve homelessness. And then the argument with politicians is we got to spend money to build these things because we don't want to spend it, so we can't solve it.
Right.
Well, why are we just retrofitting some things to fix the problem?
Right. I don't want to hit people with my flag. Sorry about that.
But yeah, so you know, I mean, that's just things that we can change
Right.
for the better. So I look at those things, but right now, everywhere it's faced like
This is
that.
our system. We can't fix anything. It just seems like no matter what we do, like we can't fix. We complain about all these problems, and nothing can be fixed. It's like this is why I've reached the point where I'm like, there is no fixing it. We
No,
gotta
there's not.
start over. Our system is flawed in too many ways to be fixed, and so let's design a system that actually works for us.
Yeah. I think it's time, you know, we have to modernize ourselves as we move forward as, you know, just human beings, right?
Right.
At some point, it's going to be, what do they call that? When we reach our precipice. So I think we're almost there, you know?
Well, we're constantly trying to get better every day, right?
Yeah.
I envision a system where we actually design the government in such a way that it actually guarantees our freedoms, the maximum amount of freedom. So here's a thought experiment for you. So if you didn't know how you're going to be born, right? You might be born indigenous, you might be born white, gay, straight, woman, man,
Yeah.
right? What kind of system would you create not knowing what your position's going to be in? It's an interesting thought experiment, right? And this is how I would like to start thinking about how we're going to form our next country.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is actually. That's a good. I mean, for me, I'd be like, well, I would want a world without violence, right? That's number one, because we've seen too much of that, and that's root caused into who we are.
Right.
I'd like to see that go away. And
So how can we? Let's talk about that then. Like, it seems like that is. We have to give the government a monopoly on violence. Like, if you're going to commit violence against other people, we need the government to come and like stomp you down. But
Right.
then we don't want the government using the violence against us, which seems like they do sometimes. How can we fix that?
well, I mean, if you're envisioning a new world when you're not born yet, then, you know, I mean, if you take the element of violence out, then there's no need for
Well, no.
force,
I
right?
mean, like, yeah. No,
I'm
like,
just being analytic.
you're about to be born into a world, and God comes to you and says, "Hey, you get to decide the laws of your next country that you're going to be born into." And some of my lips are chapping up here. And then you get to decide all the rules and the laws and the system. and you want to minimize violence or like eliminate it. I don't think you can eliminate it, but like minimize it.
No, we'd have to remove an instinct out of our own senses, really, at that point. But no,
Right.
I think we'd have to. I'd envision a country where it is fair and free.
Right.
You know, where there's, you know, if you work hard, you can build, you can own something that you paid for.
Yeah.
You know, the fruits of your labor, right?
Right.
And be able to raise a family where it's safe and
That's a big thing too.
and give true values and an upbringing to your kids.
Right.
So I mean, it's just like for me, it's you know, when really there's a textbook for this. There's called the 10 Commandments, believe it or not, right?
So, but it sounds like you're kind of describing a system that's like starts with the individual. Your primary, take care of yourself, and then your family, right, and then your community, and then if you got all that put together, then you know the larger part of the community, you know, and it's like okay, let's set up a system that works like that.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing a social experiment. Can we ask you a few questions?
I'm okay, sorry.
Okay, have a good day.
But yeah, I think if you know, really foundations are at where a family starts. So as a community starts with families to have a strong foundation.
Yeah.
And then it just flourishes from there. And I think you'd have a really strong country if all the communities work together, right?
So, but you touched on something that I thought was pretty profound there. It's like your fruits of your labor, I think is how you said it.
Yeah.
Like keep the fruits of your labor, right? So, you know, this whole idea that,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's like if the government taxes you and then gives that to somebody else, that's not charity.
No.
That's like the opposite of charity, whatever that is, because you're stealing. But you know, if you get to keep the fruits of your labor, I think that's where the money works best. You know what's best for yourself. You're the one working for it. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your friends, take care of your community, and take care of the wider community.
And I think when it comes to when you like you said, it's like when charity. I think it should be always dependent on the individual,
Right.
and that just defines an individual at that point. As a collective, the way they do it, it's not fair because we don't have all the say where the money could be used, right? So, at the end of the day, if we took that whole role out of the equation, I think we'd have such a stronger people.
Yeah.
You know, more proud to work and. You know what I mean? Be
Well,
proud to be.
collectivism doesn't work.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
It only works so much, man. That's
Right.
it.
So let's give a tangible thing then to what we're talking about here is healthcare. Okay, so you know, in a communist, collectivist kind of society, there's like a single, you know, entity, single price for things, and a single like production quota that's designed by a centralized authority. And we know how that works. It always leads to. Hey,
Let's go, man.
Can I ask you a few questions?
One question.
All right.
Time for
Do you support Alberta independence?
100%.
Right on.
Have you signed the petition? I have two questions.
I'm a chemist.
Awesome.
Oh, right on. Right on.
You're canvassing? Hey, correct. Do you get a lot of good canvassing around these parts?
I haven't been around these parts.
Okay. Okay. Hey, enjoy your time with your children.
Thanks, man.
Take care. Take care.
Awesome.
Now, where's my thought? Okay, yeah. So whenever the government like centralizes, you know, control, right? It leads to the government can't possibly manage everything. So there's always like, you know, inefficiencies, right? Yeah, there's another thumbs up. We're getting a lot of thumbs up. That's cool.
Yeah.
So then healthcare. That's the thing I wanted to get to. Is like we have a single payer healthcare system. The government decides the price, who can get healthcare, when you can get it, what type of services you can get. And that's like the exact worst way to set it up. Give people some options.
Here's an example. Okay, so I hear a lot of folks here in Alberta say, I can't find a family doctor. I live in Edmonton.
Right.
It took me 5 minutes to find a family doctor. Now, I live in Ontario, grew up in Ontario, and I'll just tell you the difference.
Right.
So in Ontario, the healthcare system is really bad.
Right.
Okay? It is really bad. And you know, sometimes I thank myself the way Alberta's system's set up because I went through the system here for a few things for tests, and it was fast.
Right.
And it was in and out, done deal. They take care of you. Now,
Right.
I compare to how the system's set up. So here's one part of that equation is unions.
Okay.
Now, the unions will dictate policies to their own members, which sometimes, if let's say they have an issue, they'll use that as a bargaining tool for strikes. So there, if you take that away, streamline a protection act for public sector workers, you solve that problem. I think streamlined healthcare would be a lot more efficient.
A protection act for public. Explain that to me. I don't
So
understand.
if you are receiving a paycheck and it's publicly funded by taxpayers, instead of having a non-for-profit union that dictates a constant strike, you can eliminate that with a public sector protections workers act. And that would actually just protect workers the same way unions, except you don't have strikes. And you streamline.
Okay, but like the whole point of a union, I'll play devil's advocate here, is like when they don't get what they want, then they go on strike.
And that's for the private sector, I agree with. Okay, so these are, I'm talking about government stuff. So why are we paying or allowing a non-for-profit to basically extort us taxpayers for more money, suspending our services like healthcare, education? We shouldn't allow that to happen. They're essential services. But I do agree that we need to protect our workers. So it's simple, just write a law for it, and then everyone's protected. You change the system so everybody's happy.
Yeah, see, the whole idea of a government union just seems like there's something weird about it. It's like okay, with the private unions, the big lead boss, the shareholders, those are the guys that are like screwing you over, right? But with the public sector union, it's the government that's screwing you over.
Well, that's in the status quo right now.
The government represents the people, and we vote on the government. So it's like, it seems like it should already be a thing that's already taken care of. Like, you shouldn't need to unionize if you're a government worker.
Exactly, and you know what? When you look at the system, it's an easy fix. So think about it. How many bills does the government pass through to control, like, let's say they want to control social media, for instance, right? Well, they're just rolling out bills for this. Why can't we just do that for the public sector tax-funded workers?
Right.
And then everyone's happy. We give some concessions, get rid of the unions, and then do keep the unions that are for private sector that have issues like with private corporations and stuff, because that's where, we can't intervene as a people, right?
I don't know. My opinion is like, I support your right to unionize. I think that you have, I'll actually support that every time.
Yeah.
But I would never join one for my own personal reasons. And I do get a little bit frustrated with government unions because, like, man.
Yeah, it's just the government. It's just the government unions I have a problem with.
It's like you vote for something.
Oh, we can go across. We got time.
Right. And a little run across the street before we get hit by cars. I guess I should also put a disclaimer in here, like, we're just two guys walking on the side of the road with opinions. Yeah. So like, we want to hear from you guys on the YouTube channel here. Tell us what you think about all this stuff. Do you think an independent Alberta is going to like crack down on unions? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that we could streamline a lot better to save ourselves a lot of money and headache in the future. Avoid strikes, only on essential services that we as a collective contribute to. But it's like you said, I'm all for pro-union because, like, my family used to be the head of the USW at 6500. My cousin was a president.
Wow.
So when I look at what kind of people they represented, it was miners, all the hard-working miners that went underground and they're putting their, you know what I mean? So that kind of union, 100% I support.
Yeah.
But it's just when we're paying out of our taxes and some guy's making $100,000 a year off all of us as a collective.
Right.
And then says, we're going on strike, we're going to put your kids' education on pause for months. I don't agree with that. Yeah. So I think we just have to put something in place to protect those workers so these strikes don't happen again.
Yeah, how's it going?
Let's go, man.
Support Alberta independence.
100%.
Hey, can I ask you a few questions, or are you guys busy?
Hey, we're going now or in the house.
All right.
Awesome.
Take care. God bless you.
So yeah, man.
How many? We've got a lot of support already. I thought we were gonna get like stabbed or beat or something.
No, the narrative's changing, my friend.
We're winning.
Yeah, man. So that's good.
So I like having this conversation about unions. I think that, when it was the evil corporation that was like, terrible work hours, 18 hours a day, kids working in the mines, unionize and crack down on that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But now it feels like these, especially the teachers union, but I want to play devil's advocate for a second, because I like to be like that, okay? I know a teacher who told me that one of the big issues is they just got so many kids who don't speak English.
Yeah, I got told the same thing.
Like a whole bunch of them, and they're like, okay, our classroom's crowded. I don't have time to even teach the normal kids because like I got all these other ones. So there's the fix. We actually both agree on, like, control immigration a lot better.
Oh yeah, big time. Like I actually did an article about the ATA because I worked with Alberta Patriot Dad on this.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh yeah, him and our friends.
Cool.
So we've exposed the ATA in terms of where their money went, you know, the budget and stuff.
Yeah, they wasted all their money.
Yeah, they wasted all the money. And now get this, so they didn't give strike pay to the teachers, right? So none of the teachers received strike pay, and now they're making the teachers pay for the strike.
Yeah, it's like they're just screwing. It's like the teachers. You guys joined a union that screwed the public, made us resent you, and then they're screwing you over. Like, what benefits you get from being part of that?
Yeah, but
understand.
Exactly. And what you were saying about the classrooms right now because of immigration. So like it's like yourself. I spoke to teachers myself, many of them, a lot of educators.
Yeah.
And they said the same thing. They said, look, we're getting too many kids coming to class. It's a language barrier.
Yeah.
And then there's a behavioral barrier.
I heard that too.
So there's those two things on top of the fact that if they find a solution on their own as a teacher and say, hey, I can solve this problem.
Right.
They have to petition the ATA twice a year.
Right.
And then nothing's getting done. And then guess what happens? They used it for the last bargaining argument.
Right.
As a strike.
So
right?
I don't understand how that means.
So the issue of classroom complexities is what so it's a bunch of issues wrapped into one. Classroom size, language barriers, behavioral barriers, different things like that. So they'll just wrap it into one, call it classroom complexities and overcrowding. And they used that during the strike. That was the bargaining tool that Jason Schilling and the union used to try and get more money out of taxpayers. But at the same time, they weren't allowing their members to fix the problem.
Right.
So it's like you said, it's like we have the wrong people running the union is the problem.
Well, and I get the feeling that there's a lot of corruption in the unions because, like, they tell people how to vote. Is that true? They tell you what to vote
There's
for?
a lot of bullying going on. Teachers have said that they don't want to come out because they're afraid to get bullied more or lose their job even, right? Or even get penalized because they're also getting penalized by the union. So it's not right. All the way around, it needs to be fixed. It's corruption. I think teachers should have a say in how they manage their classes, and I mean they're there taking care of our kids. Come on.
Right. Yeah. Well, and it just seems like if you're getting told what to vote for and who to vote for, let's just keep walking.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a good conversation.
Yeah, man.
You know, me personally, I don't know any of these details, right? So I'm trying to learn, understand. I got my opinions about the unions, but this is good to learn from you.
Yeah, I mean, there's two sides of there's two different types of unions. There's the unions that represent hard-working Canadians who are out there actually working hard for their money, and they're having issues with corporations who just treat them unfairly.
Right.
Then you have the public sector union workers, which is basically a non-for-profit union telling the government, we want more money and we're going to hijack your essential services. Now, don't get me wrong, every worker should have fair representation and fair wages and fair work environment, but when it comes to the public sector, it makes no sense that we have a non-for-profit that's telling taxpayers we're going to cease the services because we want more money, when we could have a law in place that protects our workers to streamline and never have any interruption in our education, our healthcare. I mean, because think about COVID. How many years did we lose for kids going to school?
Right.
And it slapped a strike on top of it.
So now kind of going back to what I was asking about that thought experiment is, how would I set up a system for education? If I didn't know what position I was going to be born into it, I would probably say, I want something where it's like if I'm poor, you know, where my kids are poor, then they can still get educated. So I want like some sort of public system.
Yeah, of course.
But then also, like, if I got money, I don't want to have to send my kids to the public school. I want to be able to send them to a private school. And you know what? For what it's worth, the money that goes to the public system for what my kid would have been entitled to, because it's obviously a hybrid socialist kind of system, would be like transferred to the private school. And I think that we actually have a system like that right now.
Yeah, we do.
In Alberta,
we do have a hybrid pay system. So some of it is covered by the taxpayers and some of it's not. So, I mean, like for me and myself, I went to both. I went to both public and independent.
Yeah.
And the public system.
Me too, actually.
Yeah. And the public system for me is just they didn't have what was there for my learning capability. That was the problem back then. So I went to an independent school, private school, and it was just like, it's great. So I support independent education all the way because it gives them the ability to have autonomy and a choice, right?
But then I would add to it a bit more. I would say like the curriculum shouldn't be government mandated either, because like, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a good benefit to like, okay, you got to learn math and you got to learn the basics, but then the government starts getting in the weeds on certain issues, and it's like, wait a minute, education is different from just indoctrination, and it's also different from just like cramming facts. Like, I think education, a good education, brings something out of the student, where it's like now you're creative and your skills are being more like brought out of you, right? Now you're developing them. But the education system that I went through, well, I did have a private school for some time, but the public part of it was just like, you memorize this and move on. You don't learn anything, right?
Yeah,
and same with university. That's what all university was for me.
Yeah,
just cram something in. You're never going to use this. It's already outdated information. I have a degree in accounting, by the way.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Accounting's fun, man. I run numbers all the time myself. Statistics.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, so what kind of system would I want then for education? Something that gives opportunity to people who don't have. Bring people up a little bit more, but I don't want to guarantee the equal outcomes. You know?
Yeah.
And you know, I should be able to just pay a teacher. You know, like if say 10 students get together, 10 parents all agree to pay.
I think the curriculum, the way it is set up right now, is, like you said, like we need to change. Definitely needs to be changed. I can tell you that. We need to update it to status quo. Right. It's like the old saying is, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. Our curriculum doesn't do that. And what they did in the last 7 years is they went into this DEI indoctrination curriculum, which I'm glad Alberta put a stop to. But the whole point of that is it's wasted education for nothing and wasted money, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at the overall though, okay, so I can tell you this. A long time ago,
the bus driver on.
Right on, man. A long time ago, Canada's index, our IQ index was really high. We were like we're in the top 3 in the world. We're the smartest people in the world.
I thought we still were like the top.
Not anymore. We're like at 15th and down the bank because
it's going downhill.
It's going downhill. So yeah, the curriculum. The problem is they never stayed with the Joneses, and they didn't adopt the technology when they should have.
Right.
Everybody was scared, which is normal for any society. But if you look at the countries that are smart now, China, Japan.
Right.
You know, and even Russia's up there. Russia, when it comes to tech, they're number 1.
Wow.
You know, it's just crazy.
Really, I can't verify any of this, but
yeah, I know they got the best hackers in the world.
I believe that.
So that alone, when I see that, it's like, okay, well.
Bus driver honked at us.
Hey. Right on.
What do you mean?
That's awesome. Hey, we've got a lot of support.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of support now. Last year,
the haters haven't been coming out because we're walking together.
Well, last year at this time, it was mostly the protests that were taking over the streets quite a bit.
What protests
that
were
was,
taking over?
The Palestinian protests.
Oh yeah. Hey, I was in Calgary when one of those was happening.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I covered it. I covered it, and it was something that day.
You know, I gotta admit, like, I've been living under a rock. You know, I'd watch things on social media, and up until like probably December, I was like, no, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to be involved in politics or anything in the culture, or anything in the public eye. And then this independence movement just kind of moved me up, and I was like, no, I got to do this. This is our once-in-a-lifetime chance. Yeah. And so I'm like, I can make videos and maybe inspire people. But watching those Hamas protests, I never thought in a million years that I would ever see a terrorist group that openly calls for genocide being just openly allowed to call for death to Canada, death to Israel.
Burn their flag.
Burning flags, you know, and it's like, okay, you got to understand, free speech is something I'm all for.
Yeah, 100%.
But you can't incite violence. And look at all the anti-Semitism that's all over. You hear of all the attacks that's happening,
Yeah.
like all over Ontario.
Ontario is bad. I mean,
They shoot schools with little kids, like,
yeah.
you know.
Like Karima Syed was covering it, and she did a lot of coverage. Like she does a lot, and I watched her videos. Same thing with Daisy,
Right.
and the anti-Semitism was just on beyond belief.
Yeah.
And this is, and my argument out of all of this is, okay, so I participated in the Freedom Convoy, but it was for a just reason, you know. And I never in my life.
That was 100% peaceful too. By
Yeah,
the way.
it was totally
It was
peaceful.
peaceful, democratic. It was the most patriotic moment of my life.
Yeah.
The only time I ever felt patriotic for Canada was then.
Yeah, exactly.
When he died. As soon as they trampled that Indigenous woman.
Yeah,
with those
yeah.
horses, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, I mean,
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing?
good,
good.
bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not live stream.
I'm
but
recording.
Support Alberta independence.
Probably.
Probably.
I know what it is. Oh, Alberta Independence?
Yeah.
Hey, God bless you. Hey, have a good day.
Thanks, man.
Land back. Hey, actually, there we agree on something.
Yeah.
Weren't we talking about that earlier? We're like, hey, we can renegotiate. And here's at least one Albertan, I think 2 Albertans who are like, all right, you know what? Let's just give them the land.
Yeah.
Here, take it. The federal government doesn't actually want you to have it, but we're going to renegotiate. You can be 100% sovereign there. I want sovereignty for Alberta. I want sovereignty for other places.
They've done it in BC with the Saulteaux people, the Saulteaux tribes. Their land is independent and sovereign on its own, recognized a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and
But like,
I mean,
how sovereign is sovereign? 'Cause, like,
they're a nation within the nation of Canada, just like
but they can't make their own laws, can they? Or
yeah, they're
taxes?
they're self-governing and everything. I mean, and not only are them, so like Tyndonega in Ontario, 6 nations, okay.
Yeah.
So back in the day, the Crown would send the RCMP to raid the tobacco shops all the time.
Really?
So the chief got fed up, and they argued with government. They got their rights to self-govern.
Yeah.
So now, when the police want to go on the reserve, they have to have permission by the chief. So now, when you go in Tyndonega, they have, they have over 100 pot shops. They got tobacco shops, but this is the one thing: they're actually taking care of the reserve. The money is going back into the reserve. So the kids, where it used to be it was really like high addiction.
Yeah.
There's hardly any now.
See, and this is, I think, one of the mindsets that kind of needs to change. Is this whole paternalistic kind of instinct that I think a lot of non-Indigenous Canadians have towards Indigenous Canadians.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, you know what, we know what's best for you. You don't actually know how to manage yourself, and we can't ever give you any kind of authority over yourself because, you know, so I'm like, I want independence for us. I want independence for them.
Independence.
Right on,
And
guys.
freedom. You know, and so what? Well, then the problem is that he's probably talking about land back, like he wants all the Europeans to leave. He wants
Yeah.
Edmonton to just dissolve. Like, okay, that's not what I'm saying.
That'll never happen, anyways.
But like, okay, be realistic here. There's lots of land that we could just give back to Indigenous people and just say, well, we're a partnership. He's gonna blow his tires.
Oh, I think he's got something stuck in the bottom.
Stuck underneath his car. So leave a comment below what you think the solution is to that.
I mean, there's, you know, when a lot of people have the mindset, like, even they'll say, oh, the reservations are run down. But, you know, in all honesty, yes, there's some. But the ones that are run down is because of corruption.
Yeah.
And the ones that are really successful is where the bands have taken a hold of themselves and did something for the community. So in Ontario, even, okay, here's another reserve, Machingang. It's on Manitoulin Island.
Okay.
They got involved in the hydroelectric wind farms.
Okay.
And you should see they're all over and they're generating money to the grid for their
Right.
community. They've paved their roads, brand new paving, they got a bank.
Okay.
So there is a lot of good things, but again, it's self-autonomy and they have self-governance.
And you kind of touched on something else there too, and this is more my personal philosophy, is it's personal responsibility,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, we can't teach that to people. They kind of either take it or they don't have it. And it's like, you know, okay, if you have resources and you know how to manage them, take responsibility for it. And so I think that at some point we got to just trust that Indigenous people are going to be able to do that.
Fort McKay's a good example. They've done a good job with their land.
That's where I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of those Indigenous areas up there, they want partnerships, and there's some reasonable people just rise up the ranks, and the government gets out of the way, and then It's like respect people that have their own autonomy. They know what's best for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
There should have been always a shared partnership from the start, but we can't go back and change history, but we can change the future.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, we can change the future. And like going forward, look, Edmonton's never going to go away. You say you want your land back, okay, that's just you running your mouth. But what we can do is we can get rid of this racist program, or racist Indian Act.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
And we can renegotiate the treaty so it's actually fair. And like, make a deal that's like, hey, we can actually work together and both benefit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you said you worked on reserves, so you probably heard this too about.
God, yeah.
I mean, our elders, especially when it comes from the elders, when they talk about the Crown Corporation and the status card.
Right.
I don't know what they told you, but when I hear about it, they're like, since when do we need to have permission to do something? And and that's just the way it's been since then. So
there's one line that stands out to me. I was reading Treaty 7, and it says, like, a bunch of times, the Queen's Indians, or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Queen's Indians. Right? Yeah, yeah.
Like, really?
The proclamation of the Queen. Yeah, the proclamation of the Queen.
What a horrible, but that is the law of the land in Canada. So any Indigenous person watching this, please tell them. I guess I'm beside one right now, so I just.
Oh, I mean, it says it right in the proclamation, and in retrospect, when you read the proclamation of the Queen back then, it actually states that Natives we're supposed to have our own sovereignty, and yet we have not.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like it says if you ceded all the land, and then you get a bunch of stuff like cows and.
Yeah, we were supposed to get farming, and that never, and also that promise never happened either. I mean, a lot of that was failed promises, broken, and that's just the history of it. So when I tell people again, what's the federal government done for us?
Yeah, it's like, what makes you think that staying in Confederation with the current status quo is anything's ever gonna get better? It's like, if you want things to actually improve, you got to change things.
That's right.
If you want things to change, you got to change them. And here we are, as Albertans.
Yeah, we'll cross and go to the.
With an idea to change things.
Yeah. There's so many things. I mean, it's not just like. We could go through an entire list of issues that are easily solvable.
Right.
Easily, but what's the obstacle in the way though? It's always the feds, or even provincial.
Canadians who are pushing on this, like they're the ones who are like, the only argument that they have is patriotism. It's just blind, ignorant patriotism. We love Canada because we love Canada because we love Canada. It's big and we're better together.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you don't have any other argument. But things are starting to go downhill. And I look forward, it's like, here's another thought, it's like risk, okay? There are real risks to staying in Canada, okay? And there are real risks to leaving.
Yeah.
And we need to be honest about both of them and make a rational decision. I think the risks of staying in Canada are just way higher than the risks of leaving.
They definitely outweigh than what it is. I mean, here's some risks, okay, that we're taking becoming independent. One, a true independence, okay, right from start to finish, with transitioning with a brand new economy that's creating a dollar for Alberta. We're resecuring our borders and creating a military or some type of defense system because that's the four principles of sovereignty.
Yeah.
We're still looking at 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, what will happen? Yes, we might go into a recession, maybe.
Right.
But when you look at the numbers, okay, people are like, well, we're already in this recession.
Right.
Well, look at the transfer payments that we pay out. It's almost equal to our debt.
Right.
So if we end those transfer payments, I don't think we're going to have that much of a hardship. We might have 3 years of potential financial hardship to restructure a new nation, and then we're flourishing after that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be a little bit of, there will be a shock.
It's going to cost us a little bit, but it's going to be worth it in the long run.
Yeah, I think for hands down for Alberta, like I'm sold, the benefits are just so high and obvious. It's easy to calculate, right? But then the risks of staying. What are the risks of staying in Canada, in your opinion?
If we stay in Canada, it's the government's coercion of working with foreign states like China, which worries me.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
It's my number one worry.
Yeah.
Canadians
don't even see that as a problem.
Yeah.
Like, we're closing up with the communists.
It's the huge threat. I mean,
Okay.
I'll just, if anybody wants to know, I'll say refer to 1982 when China changed their government. It was such a dramatic social change that they were putting people in prison for wanting to go to university to get an education. That's how that's forced on communism.
Right.
In Canada, they're creating bills, thought bills, all the
Thought
stuff.
crimes, hate
Thought
speech
crime,
bills.
hate speech, all this stuff. It's the same sort of thing.
Right.
So if we continue in the direction staying with Canada, we're going to see more people being addicted, more homelessness, more job loss. Economy might collapse for a while.
Right.
And the only thing we're going to be doing is importing. We're never going to export product to market ever.
Right.
So yeah, long term, economically, socially, and the drive for freedom, our freedoms will be totally decimated.
Right. Yeah, I don't see us having free speech in 5 years.
No, God no.
The internet's going to be so censored. People already self-censor. I know I do it.
Yeah, I've been doing it lately. I used to be, people who do know me, they'll
Right.
know that before I was very vocal. I would say stupid stuff on social.
Yeah.
Now, I'm reserved.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because you have to with the algorithm. They're already controlling our flow of a reach to the people. So we got to watch what we say. And at the same time, though, I learned something out of it, though.
Okay.
It's not always good to show aggressiveness and always be mad.
No.
You have to, especially when you're fighting for independence, we got to inspire other people.
Right.
So my thing is I turn around like, let's be more positive about the outcome and what we're trying to do. The more positive, the more inspiring we are, our movement grows 100 times more.
Right.
Right?
No, your hands down. So right. I'm glad you brought that to positive because we're going to win the hearts and minds of people in the middle on this.
Yeah.
Those people who pass us and swear at us, which actually hasn't happened at all.
No, man, we got more support. I'm pretty actually shocked because, White Avenue, this is, it's a stronghold for Nenshi. And even the young kids, I was surprised. The kids were like, yeah, independence. So that's awesome,
Yeah, and the bus driver and like cars. How many cars do you think? At least probably
at least
8.
5, 7, 8, maybe 5, 5, 8, if I remember.
Honked at us,
Plus the bus driver and that's good. It's good.
But like what we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do, and I think you're doing this really well, is it's like, okay, there's lots of negative stuff to complain about, and we should complain about it because we gotta, right?
Yeah, we know what
you
it is.
can't be naive. You gotta know what your facts are while you're angry. But you're actually gonna win this by being positive. What are we gonna create? What are we gonna build? Let's come together. We want to be a nation. We gotta come together.
Gotta be proud.
Be proud, yeah.
Gotta be proud. That's what makes us a strong and free nation, man.
Yeah.
Never
I think
forget
Albertans,
that.
I think we have it in us. Oh, so here's a question then, because it's a good one to kind of end off on here in the next couple minutes.
Yeah.
I asked somebody in my previous video what it meant to be Albertan, and I kind of stumped him on it, and it wasn't fair, and I didn't mean it the way I said it. I was like, Albertan, I should have said it like, Albertan isn't a race or a creed or a skin color. Albertan is something else. So what does it mean to be Albertan to you?
Proud individual. I think that's, okay, how can I say this? I missed out most of my life being able to live in Alberta. I grew up in Ontario. And for me, it was about being Canadian because of the land. I've been all over Canada. And back then it was like I'm proud Canadian because of who we are as a people. But when you look at what's changed, I really take pride in the fact that with the leftovers, the remnants of what was once Canada is what it is to be Albertan. Because that's basically, like it's not the same out east, guys. It's totally not the same.
That's a really profound statement. So you're saying the remnants of what Canada was is basically what Alberta is.
It's basically what Alberta is, yeah.
Like we're the nice, polite people who want to work hard to save money and build our communities. And it's like Canada, what's left now is a bunch of like woke socialists, collectivists. What can the government do for me? I don't want to contribute to society. Like,
well, yes, there's that, but I don't put everybody in the same thing.
Yeah. I'm so bad at that.
No, but it's our frustration that's talking, right?
You're right.
So what I say is this: we have a lot of people who are still sleeping. There is an issue with the collective and the psyche of Canadians because of the COVID lockdowns, of PTSD, Stockholm syndrome. We're still going through that, and it's estimated like 45% of the Canadian population. So it's starting to wake up. And I think that we're propelling ourselves right now with this whole independence movement that's waking people up to finally see what's happening. And like today, it blew my mind that how much support we got, and because I mean, when I've come down here, it's been a different thing, right?
Yeah, well, we're together and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of cool. Like even what blows me mind is the young kids.
Yeah.
That's important because I'm worried about the kids.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to get on at the university at the radio station so we can educate the kids. But I think they're waking up too. So, that's why I said let's just keep pushing the truth and be more positive, inspiring, and then get more people motivated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, let's get more people motivated. So I put something out on X this morning. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I did. I retweeted it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did.
It's like the million. How do we get to 1 million?
Yeah, you're counting on to 1 million signatures.
All we need to do, guys, is get 2 signatures per day, and we easily clear 1 million. There's 6,500 canvassers, and we ran into one of them tonight just randomly.
Yeah.
here on White Ave. And like that's totally doable. And why do we need 1 million signatures?
We get 1 million signatures. It makes it all a lot easier for us to seek independence. And I think once we hit the million, the momentum is just going to push hard across the province. And I think that's going to show that's going to say who we are really.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been out there too. I mean, I've been doing a lot of driving. So my goal right now is to at least reach 1,000 as a canvasser.
Right. Wow.
So I'm almost halfway there.
Good on you.
So if I can reach 1,000 by the time we have our cutoff time, I believe it's April 16th.
April 16th.
Yeah.
Remember that date.
And I think that's our cutoff time to collect or to hand in our sheets.
Okay.
But I challenge all the canvassers, like if you have a sheet, get 20. Shoot for 20 to start off. But if you're somebody like us who are reaching out to the masses and you're going out, I mean, shoot, give yourself a goal. Get 100, get a couple hundred, right? So I didn't know how many signatures I had until this morning, and when I handed them in, I was like, holy geez. So I set myself a new goal, right? Because.
See, no, I mean, realistically, what I suspect is going to happen is there's going to be like 5% of the people who are canvassers are going to do 95% of the work.
Yeah.
Just like that's a Pareto distribution, right? I learned that from Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
But you know what? If we all just get off our ass and at least get 2.
Get 2, man, we're good.
We got this.
Yeah, 100%.
At least get 2. Every single canvasser, get 2. Oh, wait, that's 2 every day. Sorry.
2 every day.
So you need 150 by the time you're done. That is a goal that every canvasser needs to just commit to. 150.
Yeah, 150 is a great number.
Yeah.
And I'm very confident we're going to hit more than 1 million.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens. I'm optimistic, very optimistic on this.
Yeah. Hey, I want to plug one more thing actually. So there's a convoy happening.
Oh yeah,
there's lots of convoys happening now, actually, kind of springing up. But there's a big one, February 28th.
Yeah.
And that's going from, officially from Red Deer down to Calgary. But you know what? People in Edmonton and surrounding areas.
Too, I think, right?
Huh?
I think there's 2 of them.
there's going to be competing convoys. It's going to be like an Albertan competition. Who has the biggest convoy? The north or the south? Or...
it's cool. And even like I help Alberta Sovereignty now. So ASN is with Donnie and those guys. And those are the guys that do the overpass with the Alberta Sovereignty Now flags.
Okay.
So they do the protests here every Saturday in Edmonton.
Right.
But they're doing that convoy. So yeah, man, watch out for them too. And it's great. Grassroots groups and individuals like us are just coming up and.
So, is as enthusiastic as we get about this, we do need to just say something about etiquette. Like, hey, how's it going?
Good, how are
Let's
you?
go support Alberta independence.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome, thank you.
So
Thank you, right on. Awesome.
there you have it. No, I want to say something about etiquette. If we got to self-police. So there's going to be crazies in our movement. Look, there's crazies.
Yeah.
Look, you're a crazy person. Just please keep your mouth shut. Don't do stupid things. If one of us does something bad, this whole thing's over.
Yeah.
Right?
Keep our composure.
Yeah.
It's like the convoy, folks. Remember, love, peace, and unity. That was one thing that myself, James Bowder, Pat, everybody, we pushed that on socials.
James.
Yeah, well, I was the one that was running Canada Unity.
Really?
Yeah.
What a small world.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about him. Yeah.
But other than that, it's like the same message. Love, peace, unity keeps us together and stronger, and just resists evil, man. So that's keep your heads up.
Okay. Well, so and then also like no honking and being obnoxious and blocking the roads and breaking the rules.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just get in the convoy, follow the safe driving rules, and be proud and have a flag and And make sure you bring a couple people with you because there's going to be big signing events at the end of each convoy. And the whole point of this is to show our numbers. And if you can't join the convoy, grab yourself a flag and stand on the street corner. And if you can't do that, put a flag on your phone, on your cell phone case. And then wherever you go, just you hold it up, people see it. So.
Yeah, I got my flags in my house, got some in my car. Yeah, proud Albertan, man.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Anything else you want to say?
No, thank you, and thanks for having me. It's great doing this game. We should do it again sometime.
Let's for sure do it again.
It was fun, man. It was definitely fun.
Okay, hey. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.